The GOP pressing the NBA and NFL to think twice about promoting the president's health care law. So bad now that we have special graphics assigned to it, and they're expanding. And so, too, this law has power. After word that those digital health records, a huge and expensive part of this law, were found to be riddled with errors. And in the rush to conform to the law, those errors have actually resulted now in the deaths of some patients. Dr. Sridhar Matarazzu says that is the reason, among many, for everyone to run away from this, including those famous athletes. Doctor, it's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
Run and run faster. I can't believe, Neil, that they're trying to recruit the NBA and the NFL to put their names against something that is completely hollow. What do they want them to sell? There are no insurance exchanges up, and people have no clue in terms of what they're going to sign up for. And I find it very hard to believe that they're trying to recruit such famous people or today's students or librarians. It's a ridiculous effort to try to market.
But I see the method of their madness. I mean, obviously you want to seek out young people, and young people watch football, young people watch hockey and basketball, et cetera. So you're going to go to that audience and see if by saying some wonderful things about the healthcare law, they'll sign up, because we need young people signing up, you know, to pay for the older Americans who are leaving the workforce and really responsible for much of the cost of healthcare.
Well, if any of those basketball players like Kobe Bryant or anybody else today understands the health insurance law to be able to sell it to somebody, I'd love to sign him up too.
Yeah, but I don't think he will. That's what frightens me. I think he's not aware of it, but he's going to say, I don't know, for all I know, they might have a healthcare law insignia that they might have patched onto their shirts or whatever. And that's it. Kobe seems to like it. I should like it. I should sign up for it.
Well, that's the target audience they've got to go after. You're exactly right. They need to focus on the younger audience because they're betting on the fact that these younger folks are going to help sign up for the insurance that they probably don't need, probably can't afford, to make up for the losses that are going to be incurred because the insurance companies need to cover everybody else.
All right, but if they can't do that, the math works against them, right, Doctor? I mean, the simple math works against them, and the hope they had by now to cover everyone with pre-existing conditions and to cover all Americans, period, you need young people signing up to support this, and they're not. And furthermore,
exactly right.
Studies say they're not really eager to. And add to that the fact that a lot of poor Americans don't think they can and won't. And a lot of those uninsured completely don't think this is really worth their while. Then what the hell did we upend our entire healthcare system for to do this?
With the hope that we're going to get to a single-payer system because this fails, I think. But
so there was a sort of a Machiavellian goal to do just that, and we might just get that.
Well, we might get that by default, and you and I have talked about this. You remember even sitting on, the rooftop of the museum as the law was being passed that night. And yeah, that may ultimately be where it's going. But you mentioned, the whole failure with the electronic medical records. And look at the hundreds of millions of dollars that have been spent. HHS just released a report to Congress this month about the adoption. The adoption rates look promising in terms of the number of doctors and hospitals that are complying. But when you look at the numbers that you just talked about, on the flip side of the disasters that are happening, either because the systems are clunky, because people don't understand the technology and they're making mistakes. And within the report, and I've got some props here, the bigger problem is that right now the Obama administration has implemented a system that sort of looks like this. It's a mishmash of systems that have come together that don't connect.
What is that? What are you holding up there?
It's Legos that all sort of stack upon each other that don't really connect. And so the ultimate system that we're trying to get to is this. You remember these Tinker Toys?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, they don't make them much anymore, I think. But the idea was that we create a connected system where information can flow and information's accessible. But guess what? The McKessons, the Cerners, the Epics of the world have made a killing in terms of selling their systems. But the problem is nobody's willing to give up the data. We've built all of these fiefdoms where the data doesn't communicate.
And they're not communicating. Well, Doctor, I don't know what worries me more, the healthcare law or the fact that you brought these toys with you. But really, very good seeing you again, my friend. That was very well explained.
Thank you very much, Neil. Good to see you.